Corona has completely changed the way we've been living our lives. Being at school, to being at work, to being able to see friends that we see on a daily basis. We have lost a lot of ingrained habits that we go through so often or so used to. And with these things being gone, it has caused a lot of readjustment. For me, I was a college student, being on my campus, being able to see friends, to learning on my laptop, taking exams on my laptop. I mean, it was something that I was able to adjust more smoothly because that was my way of learning, but the point was that we lost that social aspect of being around people and being stuck in our homes. Many of us are non-essential workers, and we have careers that don't allow us to work remotely, so we're stuck at home. And now with finals over for a lot of college students, it's a majority of people if you're not an essential worker. With a lot of us being stuck at home, it can cause feelings of hopelessness, just a general feeling of being lost, because many of us, we don't really know what we're doing when we're not in those habits. We don't know how to react, and what we're doing is that we're falling into maladaptive habits like just browsing through our phones or just going to social media, watching YouTube, anything like that, and we're not pursuing what we really want to pursue. Because deep down, a lot of us aren't doing what we really want to do in our lives. A lot of us aren't exactly happy with how life is going, but we don't realize it. I wanted to make this video for those people who are feeling lost or are having a tough time dealing with the quarantine, that with practice, the quarantine can be one of the best things that has ever happened to you.
The first aspect to my philosophy is that I'm okay with what I ultimately can't do because there's so much that I can do. Now, people sometimes ask me questions like, isn't it hard living with progeria? Or what daily challenges or progeria do you face? And I'd like to say that even though I have progeria, most of my time is spent thinking about things that have nothing to do with progeria at all. Now, this doesn't mean that I ignore the negative aspects of these obstacles. When I can't do something like run a long distance or go on an intense roller coaster, I know what I'm missing out on, but instead, I choose to focus on the activities that I can do through things that I'm passionate about.
The reason I say this because all of those habits that we lost during the quarantine have been distractions for a great deal of us. For those of us who are not exactly happy with our lives, we might be so used to being in our jobs at school, being around people that we don't particularly being around. These things are distractions for how we're really feeling, and we keep being in line with these actions because it's our comfort zone and we're so used to it. So we fall into that, while at the same time we really don't feel that good about what's going on. The common thing being, I work a 9 to 5 and I'm not happy with it and I want to do something else, but taking that leap of faith to pursuing your lifelong passion or your dreams, it's a hard thing to do, and it's out of your comfort zone, and it's a big choice, and it's something you got to assess. And now with quarantine, this is my point. All those distractions, they're gone, and there's so much gone and so much time for you to assess how you're feeling and what you want to do. If you're unsure what you really want to do, then this is the time to do it, because you have all that free time to assess and make the first steps to get where you want to be. If you know what you want to do, this is your time to make the plan to figure out how you're going to get there, how you're going to be the best person you could possibly be to get to that point. Or just in general, if you just want to work on yourself and be a better version of yourself, if you've made mistakes, or if you have been making mistakes in the past and you're not really sure why, with this free time, you can do that. You can really take the time to step back and see, what am I doing wrong? How can I make things better? Applies to any situation, your job, your relationships, your family, your friends, school, anything. This time, it takes time to do it, and that's why it's important now. If you're feeling really motivated and you're not really sure where to start, I would suggest starting something completely new that you've never done before. Getting outside your comfort zone is the most important thing you can do right now, especially considering the fact that we're in our most comforting zone there is, being in our homes and not outside at all. So the best way to get out of our comfort zone is trying new things while we're in our homes. Read a book you've never read before, especially if you've never read. Hell, just learn how to draw, learn how to program. It can be anything. If you don't know what you're doing, there's going to come a point when you figure out that one of those things that you're trying, you're like, hey, I really enjoy this, so I'm going to start pursuing it. And then there you go, you have something that you want to do. If you're not sure what new thing you want to try out, look up on the internet. We didn't have this privilege years ago. And now with so much things out there, you can do so much research on a topic that you didn't have the opportunity to do a long time ago. And thank God that with quarantine going on now, we still have that privilege. In terms of my personal experience during the quarantine, things that have helped me get through it have been making games. I love video game development. It's something I've always been passionate about, something I'm always working on. I work about 1 to 2 hours every day on it. Me and my brother, we're working through that right now. But generally, it's something I love doing. It's a really valuable use of my time, and it's something I'm going to continue doing. The thing I've been putting my most energy towards, while at the same time not exerting that much energy at all, in reality is meditation. This is something I acquired a year ago, last summer. It is something that has helped my life so much, tremendously. I'm planning on making a video on this in the future, but generally if you deal with overthinking, negative thoughts, I would strongly suggest this for anyone. Another thing I would suggest is reading. It's never too late to acquire more knowledge, to learn more things, to try new things, just like I said before. So reading is such an amazing thing to do because it allows you to acquire more knowledge, to see things from a different perspective. If you guys have any ways you've been getting through quarantine, drop it in the comment section below. Not only for myself, but for anyone who's watching the video. If they're looking for ideas, they can see something like that and say, bam, I want to try that out. So, drop in the comment section. Hope you guys enjoyed the video. Drop a like, subscribe, and I'll see you in the next one.
With this philosophy, I hope that all of you, regardless of your obstacles, can have a very happy life as well.